You know how sometimes you get the mail for your neighbor? Yeah, mailman, I don't know whose fault it is. The mailman, the post office, they look in your slot and there it is, mail that belongs to somebody else. What do you do with it? Well, I usually return it. I pick it up if it's a neighbor of mine. I come over as you probably do the same thing. Now, I'm not sure if it's the government shutdown or for whatever reason, but lately it's really been bad. Somebody's getting pretty sloppy. Almost every day I get something in the mail that doesn't belong to me. Okay, no problem. Usually return it, except a couple of days ago. Because a couple of days ago I got in my mail something that you might call a trashy magazine. Anyway, no, it did not belong to me, and it had somebody else's name on it, an address. And I started to think, well, I guess I should drop it in his slot. And then I thought, hey, I'm not so sure. What does the Torah say? What are you supposed to do? Should I be giving back somebody's trashy magazine? Do I have an obligation to do that? Or maybe I have an obligation not to do that. What would you do if you were in that situation? Now, here's a spoiler alert, because what's coming is the decision that was rendered by a great Torah scholar who I spoke to about it and said it was a very interesting question. So if you don't want to hear the answer and you want to think of what you would think yourself, by all means, please do so and turn this off right now. But I did go to the rabbi and I asked him what to do, and what he told me to do is he said, you do have an obligation to return it. However, I don't think you should give it back to him directly. In other words, you shouldn't be the one to put it in his mail slot. Go back to the general mailbox, put it back in the mailbox. Eventually it'll get to him, but at least it wasn't directly coming from you. The Torah has an answer for everything. There may be other people who might differ, might say something else, might say we have a different obligation or none at all. It's a fascinating question. The Torah just seems to have an answer for everything, no matter what you bring up. So that's what he said. What do you think? What would you have done? Would you have returned it? What would you have thought would be the best thing to do in that situation? Yes, it is something to think about.